Wow, we went live quick. And hopefully the sound is working. I'm going to double check. Because when I don't check, it's not working. When I do check, it's perfect. So hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Nobody's awake in my house. But the show must go on. So we'll see who's around. See who's got that notification bell clicked. Ruben, of course. Cowabunga, number 1. Good morning, man. And Jennifer and my dad. And Perry and Mr. Garrell. And Justin. And JP. Man, look at everybody. Tom. Good morning, all you guys and ladies. I'm going to be talking with Jennifer from Comic Books Will Break Your Heart in about 6 hours on the Comic Chop News channel. So if you want to hear some more comic book reviews a little later on, that's the channel to subscribe to and be over there. So yeah, the girls are not awake yet. Nobody's out here. It's just me and some Halloween pillows. Relaxing on the couch. Just chilling. I got some comics though. I got a very kind gift in the mail from Big Will. He was on his show talking about how he had mistakenly purchased 2 copies of a book and he didn't need them. And he sent me the copy. I said, "Oh, that's a cool book. I haven't gotten one yet." And he sent me this book. I honestly don't even know if this is Marauders, if that's what this is. I can't remember if this is... I think it's Marauders. No, it's Giant Size Storm, issue number 1. That's what it is. Ooh. Hey, it's that famous IG guy. No Good Comics. It is. We did not party late last night, Dad. I don't know what's going on. They just are not awake. Hello, glitter and duct tape. But my rule is I don't wake them. They gotta find their way out here. So we'll see. John's Comics Without Kids. Hello, Hydra. Is Rod in here? I didn't see Rod. There he is. Good morning, Rod. So this was a gift from Big Will. A beautiful cover. Storm looking all tough. And he also sent this trio of Savage Dragon, because it's Savage Dragon. That's what we all love. Rod knows what's up. Issue number 1 of the limited series, plus issues 2 and 3. The whole limited series. I'm going to have to give that away at some point. How do people wake up before alarm clocks? Roosters? I think just natural. I have a natural alarm. I will not sleep past like 6 o'clock. I can't do it. So that's just me. I can't. My mind wakes me up naturally. Doesn't matter where I am. Hello, Southern Comic Geek. And I thought I saw somebody else I might have missed. They went to sleep when the sun went down. There you go. Mr. Garrell, speaking the truth. Life on the farm. Hello, Todd Christian. Good morning to you. Dogs. Dogs is, yeah, those are a good kind of alarm, right? Gotta go out, gotta go to the bathroom. That is one way to do it. The life on the farm, the animals waking you. That could be one way to do it. Yeah, you have a built-in alarm clock. You just need to wake yourself up consistently at the same time, and it'll just take over at some point. Or at least that's how it's worked for me. I can't sleep late anymore. I don't have that ability. Something's got to be wrong with me if I sleep late. I've got to be sick or something. It's not in my makeup. Anybody pick up anything good this week? I thought there were some good comics this week. I've been reading East of West, which is an independent comic book. Very unusual comic book, and I've been trying to. It's super complex with lots of characters and a whole new world and very sci-fi, but it's very interesting. And I'm on the third trade of that, working my way through it. Hello, Jeff Schultz. Hope Chicago is doing well. Ooh, Jennifer picked up Dune. Yeah, I did not. Boom Studios dropped a new Dune comic book, and I did not grab that one. Hello, Grandmaster. 6 o'clock, same wake up time. There you go. X-Men 94 was my first big eBay purchase when I was in college, living on my own. I bought my first eBay book, and I thought I had spent way too much money, and that book's probably 4 times the value now, but at least. But it felt like a lot of money. Todd Christian, I couldn't agree with you more. The X of Swords has been very good, or probably really should be called Ten of Swords, but yeah. And X-Men and Excalibur were very interesting this week. A lot of cool stuff happening there. Ooh, Perry's getting his comics this afternoon, so we will not spoil it. We Live was really good, Jeff Schultz. I agree. I think I'm looking forward to the second issue of We Live more than just about any indie right now. I haven't had that good a number 1 issue of a comic in a few months. Like it's been a good few months. I'm trying to remember the last time I read a number 1. I was probably Alienated was the last time I read an issue 1 and thought, ooh, this is really that good. Yeah, I think the girls are still asleep. I haven't even harassed them yet. You know, my rule is I'm not going to wake them up. I'm not going to force them to, they got to come in on their own. So sometimes you get sleepy kids with a blanket come rolling in here. They've got breakfast. I made breakfast for them. It's ready. Rod says it's a good read. He just read it. We're going to spoil. Sorry, Perry. Just spoil away. Kenny's shipping me my pull list now. Oh, nice. He ships really well. So those that don't know, Ruben and I use the same LCS here in Orange County. And that's how we met up. Now he's moved to Oregon, but my LCS owner happily ships wherever you are. So if you want comics and you don't have an LCS, you just tell him your pull list and he will ship you your books. But I know he ships really well. He's sold books to friends of mine on the East Coast and they've never had a problem. So I wouldn't be too worried. Not a creature is stirring, not even John's kids. Nope. My wife's probably asleep. Although now that I'm starting to talk, there's noise in our house now. So let's see, what do I got here this week? People are talking about Ten of Swords. So there's Excalibur. I'm curious to talk to Jennifer and Dan later today to see their thoughts because I think they legitimately killed a character here. And nobody's talking about it. But I can understand that people think maybe it's a trick and that it's not real. It could go either way. But I think Excalibur shows the death of a pretty important X character. Not like, one of the original 2 teams, but like a really popular character, certainly popular on the 90s TV cartoon. Let's see. Jeff Schultz is picking up his today. Oh, we only find them when they're dead. Nice. That's a good independent comic. That's a good one. I think I'm 2 issues in on that one. And I'm just waiting for those. I really want to like the characters, and I don't know that I get enough information on the characters yet, but I'm hopeful. I think Al Ewing could do more to make us understand those characters. I just feel like I'm not sure. Southern Comic Geek says, that's what I thought. I could understand killing the rock guy, but this girl, right? I think they legitimately did it, but I don't know why they're not talking about it. I felt like it was important. I think it was. I feel like they should have done more to finalize it if it actually happened, because it was pretty much glossed over, but it seemed legit. I don't know. Big Lion Cat, hello to you. And the other X book this week was X-Men, with this cool Apocalypse cover. I don't know if you can see him. There he is, standing amidst the battlefield. So, I mean, I know we've heard some of the backstory over the years for this character, this villain. I feel like this is a legit origin story. Like this is his backstory in a way that I've never seen it presented. So I kind of feel like you could view this as a very significant issue for Apocalypse. Although you could say that about this whole run, because I do feel like Apocalypse is the main character in this Ten of Swords, which is partly why I like it so much. I really like this villain Apocalypse, and I think they're using him really well here. Hello, chat. Yeah, I don't have my daughters yet. Still no girls. I know that they're in their rooms and they weren't up super late, but yeah, it's a Saturday morning. You just never know what you're going to get. Jeff Schultz, I still haven't watched that documentary yet. It came up recently on one of my shows, and I've got it in my Amazon watch list, but I got to find time to do it. It is definitely on my list. I did watch the one on John Romita, the artist who was, so significant at Marvel, the creation of Marvel. He helped create Spider-Man and all that, for anyone who doesn't know who John Romita is. And there was an interesting documentary on him and his legacy and how hard he is to get a hold of now. He just doesn't really give interviews. He's kind of done a Bill Watterson and just kind of like receded away from the limelight a little bit. So it was kind of interesting to have. There was an interesting documentary on him. Hello, Perpetual Comics from the UK. I am having my morning cup of tea, so cheers to you. Southern Comic Geek says he feels like they're expanding on Apocalypse's background, giving him maybe a backstory as to why he wants mutants to be the best that they can be. I think, I could definitely see that ending, Southern Comic Geek. This could definitely be an ending to Apocalypse's story, but I do hope that's not the case. I like that they gave him reasoning for why he wants all these things, because I do think he's an interesting, powerful character. I've heard good things about Stillwater from Chip Zdarsky, Tom, but I haven't read any of them. Girls must have been reading under their blankets, and they were reading until late. I do remember going in there and finding them still reading. Let's see here. So if you're a big Apocalypse fan, I think you'd probably love the Ten of Swords. I think he's an interesting villain, and I've always kind of liked him. But this is the first time I feel like I've understood him, and I think he's used in a really interesting way. Hello, Kirk from Comics on Your Mind. Good to see you. I've got to get in with you and Gorilla Todd on one of those Teachers Lounge shows. Absolutely. Teachers Unite. Hello, Captain Comics. Teasing Kirk about his unbirthday. You guys. This coming Wednesday, they're dropping the midpoint in the Ten of Swords storyline. So you're going to be able to read Stasis, which is like the mid piece, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I have a feeling it's going to be a big issue. So for anybody into the the Ten of Swords. I think this book coming Wednesday is going to be a big one for sure. See, I'm trying to catch everybody. Hello, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Everything Comics. Everybody's just chatting away in there, having a good time. Let's see what else we got. We got Venom. Anybody reading Venom issue 29? I agree, Ruben. I think Apocalypse has been underutilized. It's too bad I'm not a Hickman fan, or nor do I cross swords. Now, there you go. That's a problem. So, so this issue of Venom has a lot to do with this this other world and the two different Dylans, right? We've got our Dylan, the young boy who is Venom's son, somewhat innocent young man. And then we have the villainous Dylan in this world, pulling the strings and doing horrible deeds. Sorry, I'm saying I'm a bunch all of a sudden. Just trying to find the right page. This Dylan, the one who's grown up to become Codex. And it's examining, I think the real purpose of this story arc is to show us what could happen if Dylan doesn't grow up to be a good guy. Dylan has the power to go either direction, right? He could definitely end up being the hero or the villain. And I think the connections between this and the King in Black, which is coming, where we get our real villain, Null, I think that's going to be important. So for people that are into the Venom universe that Cates is making here, I think it'll be very interesting to see how Donnie bridges this possible future with the events that are happening in our present. So I think that's going to be kind of fun. Hey, Super Russ, he was on with Simple Simon on Friday, and those guys had a great conversation going. Absolutely. So if you haven't checked out Simple Simon's show the other day, definitely somebody to check out. There's Big Will. I was just sharing your incredibly awesome gift of this beautiful Alex Ross cover. Thank you very much. And Wednesday pull list, good morning to you. And the fact that you sent along the Savage Dragon miniseries is so awesome. One of my favorite reads, and I tend to buy it whenever I find all 3 issues together because I want more people to read it so I can share it. It's not really his birthday. Nope, it's an ongoing joke. Hello, Salandal Fatima. Thank you for coming by. All my awesome friends hanging out. Thank you for coming. So I'm enjoying the Venom run. I don't know if I'll continue after the King in Black, but I'm definitely going to be reading it through the King in Black just to kind of get that whole story. When that story's done, it's possible that it's the perfect time to kind of scale back the pull list again, because I'll be just looking for ways to make the best choices for my money. 2 boys and their pops. Hello, good morning. Still waiting on girls to wake up. I haven't seen any little feet running through here. Yeah, Super Russ. I'm on the fence about them. Like, some of them I love. Some books I really like and I want the trade dress. And I feel like, as beautiful as those are, I have no clue which book it is. And if I want to read something, I don't know which issue I'm looking at, you know? And that's what bugs me about the timeless variants. I want to know what issue it is. And it's like, I got to like pull the backing board out and double check all that stuff. So I would be the collector who would need to buy the timeless and then the trade dress just so I would know what is what. Some people I read in the chat, somebody was saying that it's possible Dylan is the king in black. That's a twist. That's a cool twist. Could be something fun. I am up on the new Kanto storyline, The Hollow Men. I've been enjoying it a bunch. The new issue comes Wednesday, right? I think it's coming this coming Wednesday. I think it's the third issue of the series, for sure. But yeah, I think those guys, Boer and Craig Boer and I'm gonna forget the artist's name. Those guys have been doing a great job, so I'm definitely in on that for sure. Have you read the Venom and Joker comics? If you have, what do you think about them? I've read Venom and I've been enjoying it. I will say I'm a little tired of Joker, so I have skipped anything with Joker or Harley or Punchline. I kind of skipped all that stuff. That's why you just buy them all, says Big Will. There you go. Yeah, it's hard not to when you love Alex Ross. I do agree. He's just great. Some people love them, some people not. Hey, everybody's got their thing. You can write the issue and number on the back of the backing door. Look, see, that sounds like work. I'm just kidding. Disney and Comics, thank you for the help and for coming by. Varangian Vigilante, good morning. Varangian Vigilante's been doing these Friday shows watching like 80s and 90s movies that are not talked about enough, but I will say they are usually movies that I just shake my head at like, I don't want to. Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. And then yesterday it was Nicolas Cage. It was the Ghost Rider movies. That's what it was. The 2 Ghost Rider films. So chat, what do you think? Do you like the Ghost Rider films with Nicolas Cage? I will say I've only seen the first one and I didn't like it very much, so I never saw the second one. But if you want to hear good talk on it, subscribe to Varangian Vigilante, and you'll see he and Stay Puft yesterday were talking all about it. So there's a bunch going on there for them. Let's see here. The Rod Father. That's hilarious. Let's see. Everybody's just saying hey to everybody. Is Dylan coming live? I don't know if Dylan Comics is going live later. I don't know about that. Ooh, Varangian says the second one is good. I've only seen the first Ghost Rider. I never wanted. Our Nicolas Cage and I don't always see eye to eye. Hello, Ryan, the new guy. They like the design of the Ghost Rider. According to Big Will, he likes the design. Just watch those again with his nephew, says JP. Wow, those Ghost Rider movies are terrible. Ouch. There it is. Batman Forever is better than the 89 movie and The Dark Knight Rises. Todd Christian with a hot take. I don't like Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. The character needs a new MCU iteration. Absolutely. The first Ghost Rider with full awareness of how terrible it is. Yeah, those like I feel like that's a generation of Marvel movies with like Blade and stuff. There's like a whole generation of Marvel before Tony Stark, basically. Before Iron Man 1, there was a whole generation of movies. Never seen either one, says Super Russ. Gore, I'm very sorry to say there is no movie talk this week. So I'm sorry about that. There's just a ton going on this weekend. The Baltimore Comic-Con is going on, and I'm helping out a little bit with that. And I got a school event today, plus I'm on with Comic Chop News. So there's no movie talk tonight, and probably not on Halloween either, because that's next Saturday. But we should be back November 7th or 6th, whatever that Saturday is. UFC is coming up here. Yeah, there's a bunch of fights this weekend for sure. Enjoy it, Bob. Perry wants to watch the older Marvel movies. Hey, man, I like the original first two Blade movies. I think that's what Kirk was saying. The first two Blade movies are really good. There's a couple of silly moments, like when Blade decides to take some guy and do I think it's a suplex, when you grab the guy and hold him straight up in the air and then fall backwards and drop him on the ground. It's like a wrestling move. And I never knew Blade was like a wrestler, but he does the full suplex on this guy. And it makes me laugh. Like the whole thing is like, okay, let's like, we don't have to go full like camp, right? A Blade, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange movie. Ooh. Perry says, I wanted to borrow you November 1st for a horror stream. Hit me up, Perry. Hit me up. Let me know. I think, yeah, I mean, I like the first two Blade movies. I think they're both very good. They definitely made me laugh a couple of times. And I will say the photography and the look of those movies is really cool, for sure. Underappreciated gems, according to Varangian Vigilante. Hello, Travis. Good morning, Bueller. A lot of wrestling guys were doing Hollywood choreography. Hey, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, Triple H was in that one. Yeah, Super Russ. Good memory. Man. He was in Blade Trinity, yeah. The third one, which is not a good one. That one I do not care for all that much. Sorry. Legend, good morning. Legend has been hosting and helping a bunch with the Baltimore Comic Con as well. He was doing late night last night on that drink and draw. And Great Legend did the preview night on Thursday as well. So hats off to you, Legend. You're doing a great job, man. Much appreciated coming by and saying hello, even though my daughters they're not awake. They're both just crashed out. So maybe they'll reappear at some point. Let's see here. Yeah, Triple H. You gotta throw in some joking. Clobbering compadre. Ooh, there it is. The Vampire Rottweilers. Ooh, yeah, man. A 4K version of Blade is coming out in the next few days. Really? I should rewatch that one, man. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel, and it was still not good. Isn't that impressive? Yeah, the third Blade movie is not that good. But if you're doing those rewatches, Perry, I think you'd enjoy the original Blade, and I think Blade 2 is a good movie too. I think they did a good job for both of those. As far as pre-Iron Man Marvel movies go, the Blade movies were pretty ahead of their time, and I heard a lot of people say that without those Blade movies, you probably wouldn't have some of the Marvel movies, that they basically helped lay some of that groundwork. So there you go. I'm sure you are tired, Legend. You've been working hard, man. They did Dracula dirty. You guys are hilarious. Let's see here. I got Daredevil. Anybody reading Daredevil this week? Spider-Man on the cover. There he is. Loving it. I'm sure a lot of people got the timeless variant. There was the timeless variant with Daredevil all ripped. Daredevil with like the huge neck muscles on that timeless variant. The rave scene in Blade 1 is a legendary bit. Absolutely. Snizzle Pop, hello. Thanks for coming. The old cat. Oh, no, you're going to make him watch the Roger Corman stuff? We don't need to watch Roger Corman Captain America pull list. Let's not get crazy now. Good point, Ruben. Good point. The rest of the weekend, Legend is off. He's going to play video games later today and tomorrow. Good for you. Yeah, I do agree. Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto have been doing a great job on Daredevil. When they're both together on it, I think it's just absolutely amazing. This one raises some interesting questions about Matt. He's on trial, and about the Kingpin and his losing power as the mayor. And it all kind of comes to head between the two of them. There they are. Daredevil and the Kingpin facing down. So I really enjoyed this issue, and some good conversations between Spidey and Batman, and Spidey and Daredevil. They've definitely had some ups and downs. And I will say, if you've read it, no spoilers, but if you've read it, that Daredevil annual from about 3-4 months ago clearly was setting some things up. So if you read that Daredevil annual with Marco Cicchetto and Zdarsky doing that one, very important. That was an important issue. I was laughing at it and joking with it, but what? The timeless issue variant of Cyclops is your least favorite because he looks all like arms crossed, like you did wrong. I did not get any of those timeless FF variants, but they seemed made for you, Legend. Those 4 together, that you were the guy I thought of when I saw those Fantastic Four variants. I was like, oh, Legend better get all of those. Two Boys and Their Pops. Yeah, hey, you can't argue with the money side. Clearly they made their money, right? Bat Devil. Yeah, sorry. Hope all is well, carrying on the traditions of the best auctions in the community. Yep, that's Big Lion Cat and the Great Legend, man, for sure. How does Matt Murdock retain his law license after being on trial so many times? Comic books, right? That's the answer, Gore. Comic books. Ow, JP, burn. He bought 2 copies of both and the 1 in 100 sketches of both. Nice, Legend. You get it, man. The Human Torch one is probably my favorite of those 4. The Human... I'll tell you, when Alex Ross draws Johnny Storm in full flame on mode, there's nothing cooler, man. That is legit straight fire, both figuratively and literally fire. So that is, if you haven't seen that variant, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. All right. I only got 1 book left, so we'll see if the girls show up. I got one last book, and it's my indie pick of the week. Boom Studios, Something's Killing the Children. I love these Jenny Frison covers. You know, it's got the Mylar love going, Legend. I'm going to have to take it out just so that people can see it better. But it's got that Mylar magic, baby. And let's see, here we go. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm never going to sell it, so it's fine. But I just love the Jenny Frison. I love the yellow eyes. So cool. The shadows, really well done. So, beautiful pieces. And inside you get all the horror comic that you could ever want. And I think the theme in this current storyline is definitely like the growth of the Slaughter family. You get a ton of backstory involving Erica's like handlers and kind of their evil schemes and how that's going to play out and affect what Erica is going through in the small town. So for me, I've just been enjoying it. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the universe. I don't think it's the kind of comic you can just jump into the middle of. I do think you should read the trade. Read the first volume and see if it's for you. I know that Chaos in Comics last night, when I was talking with him, was saying he thought it was too simple. Like, he didn't feel like it had enough originality. And my comment is, I felt like there's a ton of originality, especially in Erica's backstory and her team, or the team she's working with. I think it's very interesting. So I'm a big fan. I'm hopeful that they're able to end this story and spin her off into a whole new one. That's just my hope for it. I'm really hoping that they're able to kind of take her and give her a new monster to hunt in a new town and just continue to kind of evolve that story. Kirk says he loves the Black Bolt version. I'm a big fan of that one as well. The Daredevil Alex Ross variant is Disney and Comics' favorite. He's so ripped. His neck and shoulders look so ripped in that. I was like, dang. JP likes Frizen. Legend loves the Mylar. Of course, I knew I would get him going. Alex Ross draws magic. Family Tree. No, I'm not reading that one. I trying to remember. I did Farmhand. Legend got me onto Farmhand. And I think I've got a 9/8 copy of issue 1 that I need to slab at some point. I mean, it's really a beautiful copy of issue 1. But I haven't tried Family Tree yet. No, that one is a new one to me. Only collects comics on for the Mylar, says Legend. There it is, man. You guys are hilarious. Oh, man. But I will say, I think for Boom Studios, I think it's the book that is going to be their best ongoing title. Something's Killing the Children. It's got so much cool stuff. Yeah, Legend got me onto that Farmhand. I think it's a real fun read, really twisted but like it's got a sense of humor as well, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Kirk is saying that the Jeff Lemire, hey, Jeff Lemire is not only a very talented writer, but he's a supremely nice guy. Legend and I got to meet him in Baltimore. He signed my copy of Descender issue 1, and he talked to Alec and I for a bit, and then he did an interview for the Comic Core without any planning. It was just like hey, if you can come by and do this. And then he was walking by back to his booth, and he's like, hey, can I come by later? He was like, he knew it was all for the Hero Initiative. It was not like we were trying to just make ourselves cool. We were doing this for a cool cause, and he took time out of his day to hang out with us for a few, and he was just a really, really nice guy, which makes it even cooler when you're like, his books are very entertaining. I really enjoy what he makes, and he's a nice guy. Like, it's all the things together. So, Glitter and Duct Tape is reading the Farmhand also. I think I've read the first volume of Farmhand. I have yet to get beyond that. I bought the first 5 issues because of Legend, and then I haven't gone past that. Legend says the only creators I mark out for is Colin Bunn, Rob Guillory, and the great, of course, Don Rosa. But don't eat those hot chilies, man. He brings those chili peppers to the cons, man. Don't eat those. But Legend, you got some great artwork done by Don Rosa at Baltimore. He do that. I think he did the Uncle Scrooge. Didn't he do a Scrooge McDuck in your sketchbook? It was really cool. Really, really cool. Let's see. Werewolf by Lunchtime says his team won 2-1. What sport are we talking about? Is that soccer? What are we talking about? Yeah, probably my favorite video to come out of Baltimore Comic-Con was Great Legend. Who else was it? I know it was Whitewell Comics, and must have been Seawood trying the Don Rosa Chili Pepper Challenge. Hilarious. Amazing. And I'm glad that I brought yogurt pretzels for those guys, because they were hurting something fierce. Those are hot peppers, man. Not to play around. Werewolf says Crystal Palace are up to 5th in the Premier League. I still don't know what sport we're talking about. Did a Scrooge in his Volume 1 Don Rosa hardcover. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. It is soccer. Okay, I was right. Unfortunately, I've never had the chance to meet any comic book creators, novelists I've met, though. That's good. Well, I will say, except for the last year and a half, I had never been to a comic convention, Gore. It was just this last year and a half that I finally went to my first comic book conventions. I went to a little we had something called CaliCon here in California, and it's this little like it's more like a seller's market where you just have a lot of people selling original art and comics and collectibles. There's usually not many artists there. And I did that just because I knew some friends were going to be there and I wanted to say hi and meet them in person. And then a few months later, Jeffrey Comic Con came to visit with me and we went to WonderCon. That was a year and a half ago. That was my second convention. And I made a video about that on my channel with me, the girls, and Jeffrey going to a convention. And then I met Legend in Baltimore a year ago. And those are the only cons I've ever been to in my life. So I was in the exact same boat, but then going there and spending time and doing this kind of stuff with the Comic Core made a huge difference. And it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, I didn't buy a ton of stuff, but, I looked around for things and I got a couple of things to remember the trip by, but it was really about spending time with all those friends and listening to the great Legend singing in the karaoke bar. It was awesome. Good stuff all around. Hello, Sanimation. Let's see. Did I miss some things here? Let's see. Legend says, he loved some pretzels. You don't owe me anything, man. That was hilarious. Yeah, Kirk, don't worry about it, man. You'll get to a con at some point for sure. If nothing else, you can come down here and stay with me for a WonderCon or something. I got to think of something during the summer when we're both not working, maybe. Find a con down this way when we're both off for summer. Let's see here. Oh, Glitter and Duct Tape. Taking you up on it, Kirk. There you go. Yeah, I'm with you, Legend. I don't think it's about buying a ton because it's usually going to be very expensive at a con. But sometimes if you're buying, like Alec and I went in on a deal where we went and found, 10 or so books at one booth and bartered for the larger price. And it made a huge difference. That made a huge difference on the overall price. And we both could get a little off for the books that we were getting. So little things like shopping and hunting with buddies makes a big difference. The cosplay, yeah, is a blast. That's great free entertainment at a con for sure. JP says he's been to 4, C2E2 twice, and then Planet Con twice. Yeah, usually you go to those ones in your backyard, right? Absolutely. Let's see here. The Berkeley Comic Show is great too. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that from Reggie, that Reggie went over to that one year. I'm not ready for cosplay. I mean, I'm working on a Doctor Strange costume, but there are so many pieces to it. I've only got a few of them at this point, so I need to buy a lot more, and it's just little by little you get all the pieces you want. That's the challenge. Taj Christian says he's been to the New York Comic Con a couple of times. So there you go. I'm gonna get out of here, gang. Doesn't look like my girls are gonna wake up. Hello, Splash Page Comics. Thank you for coming by. I'm sorry that we had this is like going to the zoo and the tigers are sleeping in a corner and you can't see them. What are you gonna do, right? So I'm sorry that on this safari tour we were not able to find any lions. Go to Jurassic Park. You are going to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Hello? You plan to have dinosaurs on this tour? Sorry about that. Your old Wednesday show was basically cosplay. Hey, that's for sure. That's fair. HeroCon in Charlotte, North Carolina is the best convention. Ooh, Jennifer's a big fan. There you go. I got to check that one out. So many cons around the world, obviously. A con in the Netherlands, which is probably a garage sale for you guys. Samration. So you guys have a great weekend. The Baltimore Comic Con's going on all day and all day tomorrow as well. You can find that through the Comic Core, or you can find it on their website, BaltimoreComicConLive.com. It's all free. you can cruise over there and hear Mitch Jared's talk, or you can go over there and you can see an artist drawing things, or you can hear about indie comic books with like Ryland Grant. You can hear about a bunch of really cool stuff. Hello, Geeky Comic Guy. Charlie, thank you for coming by. But if you head over to the BaltimoreComicConLive.com, they'll break down the day and you can see what's happening and where. Because there's a couple different channels hosting stuff, but a lot of it's going to be on the Comic Core main channel all day long. So you could definitely kind of work your way through that location as well if you want. Have a great day, everybody, and I'm on at 5:30 Eastern on the Comic Chop News channel. So I'll hope to see some of you over there in the chat when we're talking about books